Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm going to give everybody's computers just a hot second to catch up. But hello, how's everyone doing today on this lovely Monday evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it? Hi, everybody. I hope you are having a lovely day. Well, it's Monday. It is officially time for reading sprints. I am feeling productive today. I'm just going to read my book club book because patron and channel member book club is on Wednesday. But I can read this whole thing today. So that is going to be what I am reading during reading sprints. I am pretty excited about it. And we're going to go from there. And then that's all I got. I don't know. I'm just kind of still, it's always on Mondays, are always busy, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm less stressed. I feel like I'm like handling things well for the time being. Let's see here. Oh, well, we'll miss you too. Good luck on whatever you're doing. Hello, how are you, William? Hey, how are you? Oh boy, it's been a day, but I am excited to get my reading done today. Hey, Beth, how are you? Whew. Anyway, let's see. I had things in front of me. I don't know what I did with them. Hey, how are you? Hey, Makeda, how are you? How's everybody's Monday? How are you doing? What's your Monday been like? Or how was your weekend? Just catching up with everybody because I am excited to get some sprints done, and then I am actually going to get ahead on projects, allegedly. Because I got Blood Canonical right here on my desk, and I have the audiobook for another 4 days from the library. So I'm going to probably try to read this as well this week. However, it is fairly short for Anne Rice. I think this is only a little bit over 300 pages. Yeah, it's 306 pages. So this seems kind of breezy. It's probably going to be chaos, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and read that next, get ahead of the swing of things for next month's recap episode. Excited about that. And then I have I'm gonna read Diamonds Are Forever too. I'm keeping up with my James Bond stuff. Cooler and raining. Okay. I mean, it's just starting to get warm in Los Angeles. Usually we have like June gloom until the end of June. It's sunny today. Then like July is sunny, and then August is hell on earth. So I still have some time before it gets really bad. Yep, that's about right. Ahead? Huh? Like ahead? Oh, it took me a minute to understand that was a joke. I was like, wait a minute. There's no way you don't know what this means. It is part of the Vampire Chronicles. After Blood Canonical, I think I only have 3 more books left of the series. Then I'm out. I've read all of the Mayfair Witches. I've read all the Vampire Chronicles. There's a few other things she's written I might try to do recaps on as well. But I'm like, those are the bread and butter series, and I will be done with them. So far, so good. Hello, Allie. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Very cool. Is that the new one? That's the new one that just came out, right? Because I know Riley Sager's putting out a new book that's coming out like now. I'm not sure when though, but very cool if it is, or if not, it's also cool. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting my shit together in general. Excited to be reading. What am I reading? I am reading The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. This is our patron and channel member book club pick for the month. Book club is on Wednesday. I need to read it. Luckily, it's short. So I am excited. I'm going to read the whole thing today during reading sprints. So you're all going to get the inside scoop. Oh, good. The only one left is the new one. It came out last week. Okay, perfect. Read by her. Do you think they're worth the hype? Well, I mean, I've been recapping all of the books, so I look at them from like more of a comedic standpoint because I have to make videos and making them entertaining. But there is a lot of good stuff in the books. Whoops. There's a lot of good stuff in the books. There's also a lot of problematic content in the books. And I don't think any author, is a pillar that you can't be critical of certain aspects of their writing or their books without and still like the author. You know what I mean? Like, is Anne Rice a good writer? Yeah. Does she write problematic stuff at times? Also, yeah. I feel like some people in the comment sections disagree with me. Like, Anne can do no wrong, and how dare you say anything bad about her? And I'm like, she has people fucking kids in her books. Like, okay. I don't know how you live your life. It's problematic. So, I mean, they're good. I think the early books are definitely good, and then they kind of go off the rails. Like the first three, the initial trilogy, Interview with the Vampire is amazing. I think it's really good. And then Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned, like the big trilogy. That's the good stuff. And then it gets weird. Then it's just sexual terror all the time. So I think if you're interested in doing the whole series, you can. But if you want to just get like the bread and butter of the series, that's the first 3 books of Vampire Chronicles. Try those out. I might do it just because, might as well finish up all of the paranormal things he has going on. I've done witches and vampires. I might as well also do a mummy. So I'm thinking about doing that one. I think I own it too. I got it at like a used bookstore for like $4. So worth reading. Yeah, it goes off the rails. I think the first 3 books, it was intended to be like a trilogy, core trilogy, and then it kept going and it got weird, like real weird at times. So, yeah. I mean, I like them too. I just like, I can also be critical of them. I haven't either because yikes, her regular books that aren't erotica are already full of sexual terror. I don't want to see what she does in a book that's specifically erotica because it's going to be gross. I don't know if it is, but from what I have heard and read descriptions of, I'm like, I don't know if that's for me. Don't know if it's for me. Not feeling that one. Hey, Emily. Laundry in the Dryer. I'm working on The Great Hunt, book 2 of Wheel of Time. Very cool. You're getting your epic fantasy in. 25 years ago. Yep. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I mean, I don't own them. If I see them at like a used book sale or something, perhaps I will get them. Well, hello. Yes, happy Pride and welcome back. I haven't seen you in a little bit. It is Pride out here in the world. I'm excited about it, having a good time. So happy Pride to everybody. Salt Goes Heavy gave it 3 stars. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm going to be reading it in a minute. I've only read like the first 2-3 pages, and I'm already kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this. So I'm going to see what happens. It's only like a little over 100 pages. I'm going to read the whole thing. But I have some big feels also. So I'm going to save like most of my critique and everything for patron and channel member book club. But like, I don't know how I feel about it so far. I'm only like 4 pages in. Yes, I've heard many things about the Sleeping Beauty series. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. I think I had one book from the Sleeping Beauty series at one point, like a physical copy. It's got it like the library book sale, but I think I got rid of it because I was like, dear Lord, the sexual terror, I can't deal with it. But I don't know if I've gotten rid of it officially or I just put it in a box of shit to get rid of. So if I still have it, maybe. But like, I am not looking forward to reading it. They do. They do. This last book I posted the video for on Saturday, which was Blackwood Farm, is a crossover book. There's Merrick, which is loosely a crossover, and then Blood Canticle is an official crossover book of the series. I think you can technically call like Blackwood Farm and Blood Canticle like books 4 and 5 of the Mayfair Witches as well, because they're definitely big crossovers. So still reading those. Keeping it going with more. I don't know. I don't know. I think Anne wanted to write the books. I don't think really anyone could have made Anne write something she didn't want to write. You know what I mean? I think it's just whatever she was exploring in that moment. She wrote a book about it, and some of it's a yikes, but a lot of it isn't a yikes. So, you know, there's good and bad. Like she was writing canonically bisexual and queer characters like in the 70s. So like she was ahead of her time in a lot of ways. So there's good things, and I appreciate her like queer representation in her book because they're unabashedly queer. Like you can't even like try to straightwash them. they're so queer, and I enjoy that. But there's also the problem with like children in sexual situations quite a bit, which is alarming. And I think it's supposed to be gross on purpose, but it's just like we all know it's gross. Like I don't know why you have to keep doing it. So that's not how I feel about it. Only erotica book I read. Well, that being actually, I want to clarify that like the queer stuff and the child being sexualized stuff aren't mutually exclusive. I just want to say, like, the children being sexualized are usually in a heterosexual way sexualized a lot of the time. So I don't want to like make it sound like she's painting a picture that like queer people are like abusing children, because she 100% was not. But like, yikes. Because, you know, we're not going to get into that whole discussion right now. Obviously, I am very pro LGBTQ, but there's like problematic content in her books a lot of the times. Boom. There you go. I'm glad you came and hung out. Yeah, it's gonna be sexual terror. I'm not really into it. The plot twist and got you. I don't know if there's necessarily like twists in there where you're just like, oh, gasp! Like this is such a shock. I think it's more. She has a general writing style where it's like you start off the book with a premise and then you do like a time warp where you do the whole backstory, whole history lesson, and you get back to the present and then you do a little bit in the present again. That's kind of how all of the books, like her flow is. So nothing's really a big surprise because you just had all of this backstory put in. So I don't see a lot of like twists, I would say. The big twists I'm getting are mainly with like the TV shows, because there has been some twists in like Interview with the Vampire, the show, where I was just, oh, I lost my mind. Some of the twists in there. So if you want to like gasp and like freak out about stuff, I do recommend the TV show. It's not 100% accurate to the books, obviously, for many reasons, but it's a fun time, and I think it gets the spirit of the novels themselves. And like, there's some gasps, and I'm enjoying them because I love a good scandalous moment. I want to gasp at things. It's so fun. Anyway, on that note, why don't we do a sprint? I'm going to go ahead and get our duck friend here. All right, Duckman. We're going to do a 30-minute sprint and a go. Hello. Hello. Gentle coming back from sprints. How are you all? Did you get a lot read? I got to page 48 of The Salt Grows Heavy, which is basically like kind of halfway through the book. I mean, not enough has happened yet, which is halfway through the book. It's basically just a single contained story rather than a whole novel. And I don't know if making this an entire novel would have given the author time enough to make the characters into believable characters. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into it too deeply. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know. I know at the end of the book, like the book ends and then there's acknowledgments and then there's like the what's this thing? It's not. This is like how the story is actually supposed to start. Like the what's it called? The prologue, but it's in the back of the book, and I'm not sure why. Like it should have been in the front of the book. I'm very confused about that. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this book today. That's the goal. And yes, for some reason the duck stopped. I'm not sure why the duck stopped, but luckily I think I caught it pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't know why the duck stopped. Hey, Cassie, how are you? I'm reading our patron book club pick for the month. Kind of last minute, but I'm doing it. Nearly finished with your big sci-fi tome, Alien Invasion Trilogy Book 2. Okay, mind-blowing intense. This philosophical musings on humanity and the universe. Oh, very cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. 18 pages. Great job, Allie. The Dark Forest by Cixin Liu. I might have not pronounced that well. I tried, though. 270 of Gallant. Very cool. Hello. Like I just want to go like, bah! Sprint is over. It's too like jarring. They're trying to come back gently. 40 of Don't Fear the Reapers, the second book in My Heart is a Chainsaw. Oh, lovely. I need to read My Heart is a Chainsaw. I just haven't done it yet. There you go. At least it's short. The Salt Grows Heavy. So realistically, you could probably read the whole thing in like an hour 30 max, probably. It's very short. I've already read half of it, and we only did one sprint. So far, so good. Well, we will have a whole conversation about it on Wednesday. That is the goal. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. It just kind of feels like torture porn for the sake of it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't get why things are happening. Like, what is the point of the story besides torture porn? That's about where I am with it right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to finish the book and form like a better opinion about it. But for right now, I'm just like aimlessly reading this. And it's weird because like I appreciate horror and I think it's definitely horrific. But like, why? I have a lot of why questions and not enough answers. But I'm going to finish the book and see like what's the point of this. I mean, I guess, you know, in literature or art, it doesn't have to have a point. It can just be. But like, I'd rather it have a point. That's about where I am with it. I don't know. I'm only halfway through. Song of Achilles. Very cool. Chapter 11. Really enjoying it. There you go. Consider you hate a Circe. Don't Fear the Reaper. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm using the term loosely. I would say the prologue in the back of the book is just straight up torture porn. This is more, there's a lot of gruesome shit going on, but like, why? I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get to it. It's just kind of like, I don't see a lot of metaphor, imagery, those kind of things. I don't really know what they're trying to tell with this story besides it's just like, here's a bunch of horrific stuff. So, I mean, I still have half the book left. So that could change, but for right now, it's just like, damn. A lot of gruesome, gory, body horror type of things have been going on. So if that's not your jam, stay away. The body horror and gore, it's quite real. So, maybe stay away if you're sensitive to that. Danielle, 18% of the Spanish love Deception. Very cool. I've heard good things about that. I hope you're enjoying it. American Roommate Experience. Experiment. Yeah, that I think those are like sequels to each other. I don't know if they're like necessarily like related or just like an episodic series, but yeah, I know that they are in the same realm. So been watching Spring Baking Championship. Oh, I love a good baking show. So right there with you. I think this is an appropriate use of your time. Yeah. I mean, the first 5 pages would have made a whole hell of a lot more sense if the prologue was in the beginning of the book. The prologue is in the back of the book after the acknowledgments from the author. And I'm like, why? Then I got this from the publisher. So is my book like printed differently than other books? It was like, why would you put the prologue in the back? I'm very confused. Yeah, I mean, her last book is right here, Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which I've heard mixed reviews about as well. It's aliens? Fear infecting more cryptids. Okay, well, I mean, it's aliens, man. If I want to be that meme. They are. That is weird. Yeah, like the prologues in the back of the book. Like, and I don't know if like I got it from the publisher for like promo, and I don't know if like mine is just like printed weird because mine starts, it seems like a good place to start the first night, but it's the first night after the events that happen in the prologue, which are in the back of the book. Like the book ends, right? You turn the page, acknowledgments, turn the page again, and then you have the prologue. What? Because this isn't just like talking about the text and like meaning in the story and stuff. This is literally the prologue about where we get to our main character, when I don't even think she has a name. Yeah, she's just like the mermaid and the plague doctor. I don't think they have names. I think she said her name, but it was like in mermaid talk, which like humans can't really produce those type of sounds. So I don't know. It feels experimental. We're gonna see where this goes. The Korean drama on Netflix, loving it. Fantasy romance dramedy. Ooh, and it's campy. Korean Odyssey. Very cool. Yeah, okay. So it's not just me, but it's just like, why? I'm really confused about why it's set up that way. Like I can't see, like, is it supposed to be non-linear, but it's not helping the story to have it in the back. So I'm just like, why? It's so weird. I don't know. We'll talk about it more at book club, but like, I don't know why this is happening. Maybe, but it's like the whole premise for the book. So I'm just like very confused. It's not like an extra bonus content. This is the setup for the book. It tells you what's going on. Luckily, I just thought that was weird earlier and like read it. So like I have that in my brain, but if I didn't, I'd be just like, what the fuck is this? Like I don't want to wait till after I've read the whole book and then go back and like reread the prologue. It doesn't make much sense to me. Ghosts and a nice zombie girl. I just wanted to find out who killed her and get back to dancing. There you go. Oh, this is that Korean drama. Okay. Your first Sarah McLean, The Rogue Not Taken. Very cool. I'm glad you're loving it, Larissa. In my book, ebook, there's a bit called "And in Our Daughter We Find a Voice." Yeah, that's mine too. I'm like, what? But why? For anyone who hasn't read the book yet for book club, just read the last bit, and in Our Daughter We Find Her Voice, and then start the book, because it's like the prologue where it explains all the stuff that's already happened. It's very torture porn though, so like beware. Part of the team, not the main character. Well, I'm down for, inclusivity for zombies as well. The modern equivalent of beatnik poetry. It definitely feels experimental, but like I've noticed like it's a little repetitive. Like she keeps saying frangipani, which is a very particular like smell, and she keeps saying like frangipani, frangipani. It's like, did you learn a new word? She just keeps throwing it in there a lot. So I'm like reading it more, like reading it once in a story. I'm like, okay, cool, frangipani. Like I know what that is. Reading it twice in the book, it's just like I feel weird about this in different circumstances. So I was just like, okay. Why does everything smell like frangipani? So I don't know. I'm halfway through. I'm going to be finishing it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, I thought it was going to be like a town of vampire children, and it's not vampire children. So I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, just read the back part first, because it's the whole story of what happened to the mermaid before like the first day happens. It's like, why are we starting at the first day when why even put it in the book if you're not going to start with it? I'm very confused. Either that or it was like an add-on later when it came time to printing, and this was supposed to be like a little short story that the author had published elsewhere or something. And so that's why it's like bonus content in here, but it's not bonus. It's the fucking prologue. Anyway, I can't get over it apparently. But let's do another sprint because I can finish reading this and figure out what's going on here. So let me bring back our duck friend. All right, duck friend. Hopefully it won't stop this time because that was super weird. So sprint and go. Hello, everybody. Gentle coming back from sprints. That was our second sprint. I am on page 86. I am listening at a slightly slower speed, so that's why it's not quite done. But I'm like, I got like 20 pages left. I'll just finish this up real quick. But yep, I think it's still just torture porn. I don't got a lot going on here. I don't really. That's about how I feel about it. There you go. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this book and have some dinner. I need to film a video, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow morning. Depends how I feel. Like, I hate waking up early, but I also don't want to film tonight. You know what I mean? That's where I am with things. I'll figure it out. But anyway, hi. How is everybody's reading sprint? Did you get some stuff done? I mean, I'm very close to finishing this one, like left of it. Let's see. It's just like gory for the sake of it. I'm like, okay, how much gore can you write? Let's find out. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just like, how many times can we eviscerate people? The answer might surprise you. It's just like every page someone's getting disemboweled or vivisected or eaten alive. Like, it's just like, it's deranged at this point. And I'm like, what is the point of this? There's no point. What are they doing? It's just a story for the sake of it, which I mean is valid. You don't have to have a point, but it's kind of like when you're having this type of extreme content where you have, literal eviscerations every other page, there needs to be perhaps a point to it. Otherwise, it's just violence for the sake of it. And it's just kind of like, how much violence can I write all in one go? And this might be the answer. I don't know. If you're sensitive to gore or like violence in books, this is not the one for you. Just walk away. Don't even pick it up. This is incredibly gory and violent. Like I said, eviscerations on like every page. I'm not exaggerating. That is like an honest review of this. 38 of Salt. Okay. Strongly based in beautiful prose and shocking gore. You know what, Beth? I think you hit it on the head right there. It's well written. It's written beautifully in its, grotesqueness. It's grotesque, but it's also written in a poetic way. So, like, I don't know. I get it, but, like, I don't like it, basically. Like, I get what the author's doing, and that's fine. And there's something to be said with the, poetry of, beauty and grotesque in the same arena. And, like, having a grotesque story told in, like, beautiful prose and purple poetry in purple verse. Purple verse about eviscerations. Like, there's something there. And I had to write like a critical analysis on it. I'd probably go that direction and talk about that element of the story. Because like, I get it, but like, it's just there for the sake of it. So I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed like the prologue if it was longer a bit, because it's very satisfying. The end of the prologue is so satisfying. So basically, that's where I am with it. I'm like, if that's where they ended the book, like it was a long book, but the whole thing with the prologue, I was like, yes, okay. I'm sorry. The end of the prologue is also someone getting eaten alive. Like multiple people get eaten alive in this. Multiple. And it's only 100 pages. it's just the violence is extreme at this point. It's like a lot. Well, on that cheery little note, how about we just call it a night? Anyway, I'm going to finish reading this. I will be posting the link for book club tonight. So it is on Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Hope to see you all there so we can like shit talk this or whatever. If you like it, I'd also like to hear your opinion. So patron channel member book club will be on Wednesday. I'll have something on Saturday, a video. I'm really not sure what I'm going to film yet, but I'm going to figure it out as I go. And something will be there. So on that note, I will see you guys again next week. Huzzah! I'm so happy, Cassie. Yeah. I say probably Monday again. I mean, Tuesday in the United States is a holiday. So I might as well like do a reading sprints on, Monday evening, have a day off and go back to work on Wednesday. I think it might be fun. Yeah. Completely agree. Beth, you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head here. But yeah, I got to go finish whatever this is. And film a video and edit it and all that jazz. But yeah, I'll be back next Monday. More sprints. I will hope to see you all there, and I will post the links for book club shortly. Yay! Thanks, Larissa, for coming and saying hi. Hope you can come to book club on Wednesday. But yeah, that is it. I will see you guys again next Monday, and in the meantime, have a good evening, and I will see you guys again soon. All right? So, goodbye.